Good morning to all. I'm audible. Voice is audible to everyone.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. So what we studied in last class? So I think in last class we discussed about gate question of compaction.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So compaction chapter is almost completed. Also equipment used for different types of soil for compaction is also discussed, and gate question is also discussed. So now we start a new chapter, that is principle of effective stress, capillarity and permeability, also seepage theory of soil. Effective stress, capillarity and permeability. So first thing is the effective stress. Before effective stress, we have to know about a stress. So which type of a stress act on the soil surface? If this is the soil layer, and if any load act in this direction, then what is the value of a stress? Unit weight of soil is gamma. This layer height is h. So how much normal stress act at this surface? Normal stress act at this surface. How we calculate? Normal stress act at bottom of the soil layer. How we calculate a stress? If force is given or load is given, then how we calculate a stress?
मैम लोड बाय एरिया होता है.
Load by area. Okay. So here calculate total load act on this surface. Act on this surface. Unit weight of soil is, the layer is H, area of soil layer is A, Q is a force act on the top of the surface. So how we calculate? Total normal stress we can write sigma T equal to gamma into H into A. This value gives the weight of the soil, divided by this force Q divided by A. So this value give the total normal stress act on this surface. This is the total stress. Total stress equal to total normal force divided by cross sectional area. Okay. So normal stress, that is normal stress is defined as the sum of the normal component of forces, that is the total acting force on the surface, that is Q, plus weight of the soil on this surface. These two surfaces give the total normal force act on this surface, this red surface. Okay, divided by area give the total normal stress. So if external force, here in previous diagram, external force act on the top of the surface is Q. This is the soil layer, and Q external force is act in previous surface. If external force is 0, that means no any force act on the top of surface, and we have to calculate a stress at this red level, this red layer of the soil. This is the soil layer of height H. Unit weight is gamma, and area of this strata is A. So how we calculate total stress? How we calculate total stress? So we can write total stress, that is total normal stress, total normal force divided by area. Okay. So what is the value of total normal force in? So total normal force at this condition is weight of the soil layer. Okay. Weight of the soil layer divided by area. So what is the weight of soil layer? That is gamma H into A divided by A. So this value gives sigma equal to gamma H simply. Okay, for this simple layer, if any external force is not acting on the surface of the soil. This point is clear to everyone? If there is two soil layers of height H1 and H2, so make a diagram of two soil layer, height H1, H2, okay, but no any external force act on the surface in normal direction as well as in plane. So calculate a stress at so at axis we have to find the total stress, total normal stress, sigma T. H1 H2 is the height of the surface. Here unit weight of this soil strata is given gamma D, and unit weight of this soil strata is given gamma saturated. Okay. So what is the value of sigma T? What is the value of sigma T?
Ma'am, gamma D into H1 plus gamma saturated into H2.
So we can write on sigma T equal to summation of normal force divided by area. So total normal force act on this axis plane, we can write gamma D into H1 into area plus gamma saturated into H2 into area divided by A. Okay, so A is cancelled out, then we can write down sigma T equal to simply gamma D into H1 plus gamma sat into H2. Okay, so this point is clear to everyone. If there is no
Yes,
any
ma'am.
external pressure act on the soil surface, then we can calculate in this way total stress, and this total stress act on the bottom of the soil surface is also known as geostatic stress. So what is the geostatic stress? Geostatic stress is nothing than it is simply overburden pressure due to on weight of soil. ये हमारा क्या है? Due to only due to weight of the soil. Okay, this total stress is developed only due to self weight of the soil. So this type of stress we can also say geostatic stress. Clear? Next is the pore pressure. Next term is pore pressure. Pore pressure or pore water pressure. So how we define pore pressure? So it is the pressure exerted by pore water filled in the void of the soil sample. So in any soil sample, if void is present and void is filled with either air or water, so weight of air is negligible, okay, but weight of water is not negligible. It has on weight, that is represented by unit weight of water equal to gamma W, and this value is approximate to 9.81 kilonewton per meter cube. This is the unit weight of water. So weight of water is not negligible. So if soil has pores, void, if soil has void and this void is filled with water, then due to self weight of water, again pressure exerted on the surface of the soil sample, and this pressure is known as pore water pressure. Okay, so we can define pore water pressure is pressure exerted by pore water filled in void of the soil skeleton, and it is denoted by U. It is denoted by U and equal to depth of water below the ground level, below the groundwater table, and weight of the unit weight of the water. So this is the value of pore water pressure. Okay, so pore water pressure is also called neutral stress. It is also called neutral stress. Okay, why it is called neutral stress? So pore water pressure acts in all directions in equal magnitude according to Archimedes principle. Sorry, according to Pascal's law. Okay, so due to Pascal's law, it also called neutral stress due to act on all directions with same value. So principle of effective stress. Now we have to find effective stress. So what is effective stress? Effective stress represented by sigma var. Okay, and sigma var equal to total stress minus pore water pressure. This is the relation of effective stress effective stress equal to difference of total stress and pore water pressure. But if any condition pore water pressure is 0, then effective stress equal to total stress. Okay. So total stress is made of two parts. We can also write total stress equal to effective stress plus pore water pressure. So effective stress in soil is a grain to grain contact pressure which a soil particle can exhibit, and the effective stress is not a physical parameter and it cannot be measured. Effective stress directly cannot be measured, but total stress can be measured. Okay, इफेक्टिव स्ट्रेस को हम लोग डायरेक्टली मेजर नहीं कर सकते हैं. ठीक है. So on the basis of this formula and concept, we find different condition of soil strata and calculate effective stress and pore water pressure. So see the first condition. First condition is very simple, that is when soil is in dry condition. So simply find at the bottom of the soil. First condition is when soil is dry. When soil is dry, this is the soil strata of height h. Soil is dry मतलब gamma equal to gamma d. So this is the gamma d. Okay. So we have to find a stress at is this axis plane. There is no any external pressure act on the surface. So how we calculate? At axis plane we have to find total stress, effective stress and pore water pressure. So what is the value of sigma T, U and sigma y? क्या होगा वैल्यू? Value of total stress, unit weight of soil is given gamma d and height of soil strata is given h.
मैम सिग्मा टी का वैल्यू होगा गामा डी इंटू एच.
Sigma T equal to gamma d into h. And what about pore water pressure? What is pore water pressure? Soil is in dry condition. Then water is available in its pore or not? Is any given information about pore water? If condition is given soil is in dry condition, that means in pores in void only air is present, water is not present. So if water is not present, that means pore water pressure is equal to 0. So what is the effective stress? Effective stress equal to sigma T minus U. So value of effective stress is same as total stress, that is gamma D into H. Is clear to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this is the first condition when soil is in dry condition. So next is the if soil is in submerged condition. So condition is given. This is the soil strata. Soil strata that is submerged. Submerged means water table. Soil is completely filled or in suspension in water. So water table is also available. This height is given h. Value of unit weight of soil is given gamma sat. So what is the value of sigma T, U and sigma watt?
मैम सिग्मा टी का वैल्यू होगा गामा सैचुरेटेड इनटू एच.
Sigma T equal to gamma saturated into H.
Gamma W into H.
Gamma W into H. And sigma watt, that is the effective stress. Sigma T minus U. So gamma sat into H minus gamma W into H. So gamma sat minus gamma W into H. So we can also write gamma sat minus gamma W.
Gamma submerged into
गामा
H.
समझ.
Gamma submerged. So gamma submerged gamma dash into H. Effective stress equal to gamma submerged into H. So this is the value. This is the value of effective stress, total stress, and pore water pressure if soil is in completely submerged condition. So if we want to draw the pressure diagram, so how we draw? So this is the height. Okay. So first we found about total stress. Total stress. So at top of the soil layer, sigma 0, and linearly it is increases up to z. So linearly it is increases up to z in downward direction, and this value gives gamma saturated into H. Okay, this is the sigma T. Similarly, we can draw pore water pressure diagram. So pore water pressure diagram again we can draw. At initial top of the layer, pore water pressure is also 0. So as H is increasing in downward direction, pore water pressure also क्या
increases.
क्या हो जाएगा? Increasing. So this is the okay. Similarly, we can draw the effective stress pressure diagram. So how we draw? So effective stress value is also linear relation sigma bar equal to gamma dash h. That is also linear function of height. So this is also a increasing in downward direction, and this value, this bottom value gives gamma submerged into h. Okay, pressure diagram is clear to everyone. So this is the condition for calculation of pore water pressure, effective stress and total stress. Okay, so solve a simple question based on this. So write a question. Question is, for the subsoil condition, calculate total stress, neutral stress, effective stress at 1 meter, 3 meter, 6 meter below the ground, and diagram is given. Soil strata is given. That is 0 meter, 1 meter, 3 meter, 6 meter. This is the 0 meter and this is the ground level. Next, this value is 1 meter. This is the 3 meter height from the ground level and this is the 6 meter from the ground level. Okay. And here is the dry sand at upper layer. Dry sand up to 1 meter. And after 1 meter, water table also present. Okay, so if water table present, then up from 1 to 3 meter, sand is also present, but specification has changed. That is void ratio 0.4 from this layer and G value is 2.65. Again, up to 3 to 6 meter, clay layer of soil is present and gamma sat of clay equal to 20 kilonewton per meter cube. So find the sigma T, U and effective stress for 1 meter, 3 meter and 6 meter height. So solve this question. Everyone please try this question. Okay, so what is the value at T equal to 1? Sigma T at 1 meter?
मैम गामा इंटू H1 होगा 1 मीटर होगा, तो यहाँ पे गामा का यूनिट वेट का वैल्यू तो दिया ही हुआ नहीं है.
So what is value? Total stress at 1 meter. Total stress at 1 meter is very easy. First, we have to find the unit weight of dry sand. So, how we calculate unit weight of dry sand? Sand properties is given, that is void ratio 0.4 and specific gravity 2.65. So, gamma D we can calculate by relation, that is gamma D equal to G gamma W divided by 1 plus E. So, from this formula we can calculate gamma D And for 1, 2, 3, we have to calculate gamma total. Then gamma saturated of clay is also given, and gamma saturated for sand we have to calculate. Gamma sat. Please answer anyone. How much value of gamma D?
गामा डी का वैल्यू मैम 18.56 किलोन्यूटन पर मीटर क्यूब।
Value of gamma D equal to G gamma W plus E, that is 2.65 into gamma D, gamma W we can write 10 divided by 1 plus 0.4. So how much value? Similarly, we can calculate gamma sat for sand. For sand, G plus gamma W divided by 1 plus E. So how much value of gamma D and gamma saturated? Anyone calculated or not? Please answer how much value of gamma D and gamma sat? कोई बताओ कितना आ रहा है आंसर। अगर नहीं बोलोगे तो जैसे तुम लोग बैठे हो वैसे ही मैं भी ऑन करके बैठी रहूंगी। कुछ मत बोलो कोई।